Alright folks, turn 31 of Do You Even Lift. This turn we are fulfilling our deal with Man, sending him a flame helmet. We've geared up Hoplodamos. Hoplodamos is going to move out, start retaking some provinces. And down here, we've been besieged by small armies in both of these provinces, which is sort of to be expected. Excuse me. My army is pursuing Leto and Polites, and the only question is where they'll move, really. They're obviously not going to stay here. So, it's a question of what province they'll hit next. I would bet on one of these two. I don't quite know which. Over here, I've got some troops, but not many. I could intercept them with a few mages, but not sure if I really want to. I mean, I probably should. At least if they go to Umbro, I can move some troops down to Umbro to intercept them. I started forging lightless lanterns, so I'm now forging 3 lightless lanterns per turn. That should send my research jumping, which is good because my research isn't great right now. I don't have enough money to start recruiting anything cool, so I'm just recruiting shackled mages at home. I have placed Relay's fort under siege. It will take some time to knock it down, so I'm recruiting more chaff here and here. And so my little frog dude here, my Ictiad Lord, will grab these chaff, move north, move up there, and come up to help. In the meantime, y'all, I should probably conquer. Y'all. With Monsieur Clytius. So we're gonna go do that real quick. And yeah, then I have the whole lake, which isn't worth a ton of income, but is at least worth gem income, especially once I get Iontes to site search all around here. And I also want, actually my oversight here is that what I actually want is somebody with Astral 2. What I actually want is Emrinkius here. But we'll get Iontes around, and then we'll start casting remote site searching spells. We've already started casting Haruspex, which has not found us anything just yet, but we will persist because it is the fastest method of site searching other provinces for nature gems. So this army is just satyrs and centaur cataphracts. We can just take a look at that real quick. Strong deal. Yeah, it's mainly satyrs, only a few centaur cataphracts. Now, if you'll notice, Pangaea's stack has gone missing. It was here. There was an Olmish army here and one here. I had a scout in Ulm, which has been killed by patrolling wolves. Pangaea's stack must have gone here unless it fought Ulm's troops in a battle, and if it had fought Ulm's troops in either of these places, I would have seen it. So there must be a Pangaean army here. But there's also a Pangaean army here, so I don't know if they sent these guys ahead or what. I would love to break the siege right now with my crossbows and archers, drop flaming arrows, start casting Maws of the Earth. I'd love to do that. I'm just not sure if it's safe. Also, I'd love to get a little bit of evocation so that I can start throwing down earthquakes. But I need to get my alteration first. So, because see, if I do this with Kaivos and the Gigantist, I'm putting a lot at risk. And he still had all his mages, and he still had his counter thugs, so they can punch through that pretty quick. Now, of course, the problem is, if I don't break out, and he has troops here, and they move up here to put my fort under siege, I'm hosed. Super, super hosed, because he'll catch these guys in the fort, and cause chaos. And I don't think any kind of enchantment would save me. Well, it would let me summon Pale Riders with my death gems. That's better than nothing, I suppose. Let me, instead of breaking siege, set these guys to research. Mr. the Gigantist. Mr. the Gigantist. I want you to start summoning some things. Ogres might be helpful. I just need chaff to let my crossbows work. I don't have the gems for Mother Oak, obviously. I don't think we have any globals up right now. Yeah, man I think I mentioned this, man lost their dragon. And so they lost Mother Oak. So they don't have that anymore. So to be honest, I might, like alchemizing to get Mother Oak up would be a really cool idea at some point here. I just don't have the freedom right at the moment. Clockwork Horrors could be useful. As could Clockwork Soldiers. They have bad siege defense, is the thing. So let's start spamming out a few ogres here. And I should be getting 8 per summon. That will help with my siege defense because they have high strength. So that'll give me like 6 more siege defense per turn or something. And for you, you have Terracotta Army. Have you spam out Terracotta Army. You don't have anything cool you can cast because you're just level 1. So you two both research. Lemnos. Yeah, I don't want you summoning anything. You can just research. We'll move a scout down here to see what's what. I don't know if they're following up on this or if they're what they're doing, or if they're just trying to get troops into my territory. I'm just being hesitant here because I really, really don't want to get Kyphos killed, and I really, really don't want to get the Gigantist killed. Kyphos is my most powerful mage besides my Pretender God. In particular, he's got Death 3, and Death 3 will be very valuable for me, especially now that I've forged him a Skull Staff, so really don't want to lose him. But that'll get me a little bit of chaff, and then it'll take them at least one more turn to break in, I think, so should be good. Now, actually, what I could do is I could start moving Hoplodamus down this way to help break the siege, and send these troops over here to retake that. And then in here, I could stage a breakout with some of my mages. Because Amrynceus can cast all kinds of spells, including Phantasmal Army, but I don't have any air gem income, is the thing. A couple of Phantasmal Armies could be really useful, but when you have no air income, spending air gems in combat is rough. Very, very rough. I only have 2 air gems to my name at the moment. So yeah, I could send out mages here, just no actual troops. Tell you what, we'll leave that for a turn. Let's go down here. What I want is, do I have any more hammers? I have 1 more hammer. Let's start forging some more goodies. I'm going to forge an armor of knights. I'm going to want to forge, obviously I'm forging lightless lanterns for research now. Firebrands are always good. I have access to gate cleavers and shields of gleaming gold. So what I'm going to do here is forge an armor of knights. You forge a shield of gleaming gold. And you, sir, forge... Or actually, let's forge a Scutata Volturnus. Because that has the auto-shocking grasp, and plus it has a very, very high parry value. That's the same as the shields of gleaming gold, but... An extra attack from... Yeah, I don't have enough air gems. Ugh. Fine. Be that way. And what I'm doing here is I'm thugging out a Cyclops to serve lighter thug duty. I will need a Ring of Regeneration, which means Iata needs to take some time off to forge that. I'm actually going to take that away from you because I have Earth Gems, but I don't have many Nature Gems. So we're going to need her to hold that, save some Nature Gems, and, or actually, we could do Hydra Skin Armor. Lower protection, but they can Iron Skin, so that's fine. So actually just cast our specs, sure, and take that hammer and give it to Nora. So Hydra Skin Armor. We don't need the Armor of Knights. So you can instead forge the Firebrand. Shield of Gleaming Gold, Firebrand, Hydra Skin Armor, and helmets. Helmets. What good, fun, exciting helmets do we have? We've got the Dragon Helmet, which gives plus morale. That's a nice one for non-berserking thugs. What else? Do we have a water dude? Do we have any cool water helmets? Only the ice helmet. Okay. Yeah, let's forge a dragon helmet. Great, so that will give me thug kit, and then for the last slot, let's have somebody forge a Girdle of Might, or possibly Bracers of Protection. Let's go Girdle of Might, the reinvigoration. There, and then we will take, like, Mimon or somebody, and we'll use him as a secondary thug to clear out a couple of provinces. With Earth Paths, he can buff himself up, go into combat. He's got a lot of strength. His attack skill isn't terrible. A lot of hit points, so the regeneration will help him quite a bit. He's got native fire resistance. We'll give him poison resist with the thing there, and he'll go in. Now, this turn, I saw my first Dryad. There's a Dryad here. So, yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. Dryads can, of course, get into castles for some reason. Now, fortunately, Kyphos is not seducible, and the Gigantist is not seducible because has morale 30. But it's very unfortunate nonetheless. So I'm liable to be attacked by Swarm. Kyphos can actually die to Swarm, which is a really, really bad thing. And the only thing that really stops that is, well, nothing. There's nothing really that stops that. Yep, just summon. We'll get you some bodyguards. So the problem is, Kyphos is very unlikely to fall to a seduction, but then he'll be tossed into an assassination battle, and in an assassination battle, he'll be hit with Swarm and probably eaten to death by bugs. So we've got to get him out of here. However, as I said, can't really risk coming out to fight. Because there has to be an army here, unless it's been destroyed, and if it had been destroyed, I would have seen it. Unless, oh wait, unless that's this army that pulled back. That might be so. Screw it, I'm gonna risk it. We're going in, boys and girls. Break the siege. So we're set up just a big old line of crossbows. Lemnos is casting spells. What he can do here, if I bring the slaves with me, he can summon Earth Power. That will make him Earth 3. And then he can go Mirror Image on them, or actually go Aim. And then he too can spam Maws of the Earth. And so these we're gonna move up. Be like that. Be down there. Be up there. You two be here and here. And so all of these guys gonna break the siege. Which should work. This should be okay. Especially because when the satyrs start to punch through the lines of crossbowmen, they will run into the Gigantist, and the Gigantist will ruin their lives, and their days, and their whole party, and it'll be great. So, that will be the plan there. Got these troops moving. We've got Hoplodamos moving. We're going to thug out one of our Cyclops and get him moving. Everything will be fine. And what I'm thinking is, we actually recruit another Cyclops Smith. Yeah, let's recruit another Cyclops Smith real quick. Alright, that's the turn. Here's site searching there. Recruiting Chaff there to go up here and besiege Sacred Lake. We're popping that province. And it'll be a good time. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in turn 32. Okay, turn 32. This turn went okay. It wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't awful. Except for one really bad thing that happened. So first of all, there was the battle in Strongdale where we broke out and where I made a single critical mistake. I had brought Kyphos the White Mage in order to cast Flaming Arrows, and then I had given him more script. That was my critical mistake. I should have scripted him to cast flaming arrows from the back and then retreat to get back into the fortress because he's valuable, but I did not. So, here's what happened. The crossbones start to fire, the enemy surge forward, we get the flaming arrows off, Kaifos drops a Maws of the Earth, and then he's murdered. He's back here. They've broken through, they've crashed through the line, they're about to attack. Kaifos gets a good Maws off. It's a solid little thing. And then he's murdered by centaurs, which I should not have allowed to happen. Meanwhile, the Gigantist is in here, throwing around his poison, doing poison damage to everybody, eating people with his giant maws. He's got protection 25. He's temper fleshed. He's regenerating 20% per turn. He's doing great. They surround him, and he slaughters everyone who comes near him. The crossbows advance. Now, here come the counter thugs. Here come the Keepers of Traditions. They're not sending their best. Sorry, losers, my IQ is higher. I love the poorly educated, and my women are more beautiful. And they can start doing damage to the Gigantist, because he does take damage from them, but he also hits them really, really hard. And these two are just absolutely garbaged out. He breaks here, but with the poison damage that's going on around him, he's still fighting, and his attack skill is still okay. So, one Minotaur down. They're not sending their best is going to survive, but he's got poison on both of the others, and of course he's regenerating very quickly as he retreats. So, while retreating, they can't get hits on him, he gets off the field, and then the poison damage kills I love the poorly educated. My women are more beautiful barely survives, but he's diseased and weakened and has battle fright, and they're not sending their best, has lost an arm. So he's also dropped his weapon. So, overall, that would have been a really good result, except I lost my white mage. So, that sucks. But I killed 2 of his counter thugs, including their items, and I killed about half his army. So, you know what? I am happy to take it. That poison really did a number on these guys. So, in Anvast, he's just continuing to raid me. That was the battle in Strongvale. I lost a random commander to a seducer here in the Mountains of Mist. And what I'm going to do about that is I'm going to give all my dudes to Monthe here, and we're going to start patrolling. Recruitment is low right now because I am recruiting yet another Laestrygonian. Also, you may have noticed, Satis, who is dying, just sent me all their shit. All of it. Everything they've ever done or forged or created. Because I'm already fighting Relay, and they hate Relay. So, that's what we're doing. I lost a bunch of scouts to patrollers. I killed no, that was in Pangaea. Yeah, I lost a scout there. Killed a Magister of Man. Using Magisters as scouts, I don't know. I mean, they're good at it, but they're also expensive. They're spies, so that's nice. But in any case, we're doing okay. The Sacred Lake is taking a long, long time to work down because it's only Enceladus fighting it right now. We're moving Clytius back, and he'll be rejoining, and we're starting to move up our chaff. So we've got a little bit of chaff there. We're going to pick up some more units there. You actually only have 40 leadership. That's 22 units, so yeah, one more turn, that'll be it. We'll get these up here, we'll crack this fort, we'll take it over, and then we will see where Enceladus has to go. Ulm is starting to expand again very, very little. That's fine. They can just do their thing. I don't mind. Over here, Pangaea is actually fighting with Man as well, which is really nice. Pangaea is pushing against Man. Man has moved into Pangaean territory pretty deep. So, good. I'm only hoping that I can push Pangaea back enough to get hold of the capital before Man does. But I don't know that that'll be possible. We're forging another Amulet of Anti-Magic up here. In terms of magic items, I'm a little short on gear because I have geared out Perdiccas as another thug. So he's got Fire, Air, and Earth. I've given him a Hydra Skin armor, so he regenerates. He's got a Shield of Gleaming Gold for awe. He's got a Dragon Helmet for higher morale. And he's got a Storm Spool just in case. He actually probably doesn't need the Storm Spool, but, I mean, it helps. And so he's going to be moving out doing slightly lighter thug work than the Laestrygonians, taking a range of light, possibly besieging Gold Mountains. We'll see what we can accomplish with him there, but he'll kind of help our numbers while we wait for our next Laestrygonian Tyrant to arrive. Upladamus, meanwhile, who is geared in this way, he's got everything except the shock resist. Against Pangaea, the shock resist isn't super, super important. They could still catch me out with it, but he's got regeneration. He's actually got more reinvigoration than if he was wearing the Shroud, and the Red Dragon Scale Mail, of course, puts his morale up to 20, so he's not really seducible, or at least Seduction would be very, very unlikely. And he still has 23 magic resistance because of the lead shield. And once he earth powers, he will be fatigue positive. So, we're moving out troops, including a communion here, of a fairly solid battle communion. And actually, tell you what, Eukonor, you can research, because Nestor can do your job. Because we have this guy here. We can just straight up copy that, give it to Nestor, take your gems away. Take my gems away. And Nestor can do all that same casting because he is still a communion master. So these guys and Nestor can push down here. The Gigantus is just gonna... Oh, he's scripted to break the siege again. He's got a few crossbowmen. He might not win, but he can certainly... he might be able to break this army, actually. Tell you what, Hoplodamos, I'm not... If Hoplodamos gets caught out by counter thugs, I'm a little bit worried about him. Because he doesn't regenerate nearly so much as the Gigantus does. So what I want is, I want him to have... He's got some commander guards. What I want... These guys are both summoning Earth Power and then dropping other buffs. Tell you what, we're going to split up a little bit. We are going to split up a little bit. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys... Actually, no. Polites... We'll take Adonis. These guys go down that way, and then Polites, you go down there, and which... You go down there. Okay, so now, we're breaking the siege. We'll have some infantry chaff. We'll have some mages backing up the Gigantist. Put the Gigantist right there. And then over here, we will have crossbows and some magic chaff, some magic Maws of the Earth backing up Hoplodamos. And so we should be able to wipe out, even if he concentrates these forces in one place, we should be able to take him out, I think. Put him down there so he doesn't get crossbowed. Yeah, that should work fine. So, that'll be the plan. We'll take these two provinces back. This force may actually just be retreating. They may go through Haunted Woods, which will be fine. Our thug there will take that province back, and we'll be pushing out again. We'll retake Light Hills, and we may eventually be able to take Ulm as well. We are, as I said, critically short of gold because of, well, the Laestrygonians and all. But tell you what, let's take some dudes with Perdiccas. We'll just tell them to hold an attack closest. Yeah, someday we're going to promote some Helot soldiers. I swear to God, it'll happen someday. I can't really afford any of the iron soldiers, but it'll be good. We are making progress, and we're also spamming Haruspecs in an effort to get more nature income, because ours is abysmal, as we already knew. So we've got her casting Haruspecs, we've got her casting Haruspecs, everybody else just researching. We're not recruiting anything, including any mages in either of these locations. We're recruiting some troops, but no mages here. We're recruiting nothing there, and we're, of course, recruiting nothing there. Up here, we're recruiting our Laestrygonian, and that's about it. Because we need more income. Desperately. Desperately, desperately, desperately. And we could also really use that Well of White Water and that Cave of the Pale Ones. Those would be fantastic. But, alas, we only do what we can. So, thanks for watching. That was turn 32, and I'll see you all in turn 33. Alright folks, turn 33, and this turn, Scalesius, the god of Marignon, was permanently vanquished, so Marignon, out of the picture. We caught an enemy spy attempting to infiltrate the capital, probably man. It seems like a pretty mannish thing to do. I don't have any troops really in position to stop them right now, so oh well. We retook range of light with Perdiccas. There was actually no fighting. The enemy charged in, took a little bit of damage on their commander from my Helot soldier, and routed. It was just one province defense. We fought a battle in Anvast, which went, well, I lost 2 Phlegra oppressors because they were mixed in with the crossbows, and unfortunately the way the positioning was, it pushed them to the front, so they got targeted by the crossbowmen. So I lost them. I caught this little party and wiped them out. All of my troops retreated, but my Laestrygonian tyrant was fine. In range of light, that was the Cyclops. In Anvast, that was that. In Strongdale, we broke out. They only had 1 militia. They had pulled back. And then in Haunted Woods, they bounced a commander off me just to see what I had. and it was almost nothing. Then Haunted Woods was immediately captured by barbarians. So that's fun. You know, that's cool. That's an interesting thing to have happen. In terms of Haunted Woods, currently I'm launching Hoplodamos at it. I'm not sure I want to send him out by himself. He does have these 3 Cyclope soldiers guarding him, which is nice. But I feel like he needs more before I'm really comfortable trusting him against a full army. He doesn't have shock resist, which is the only thing he's missing out of the, you know, what you need party. But I feel like he can do okay without it, to be honest. I think he can manage. He does have 6 encumbrance, but he can probably make it. What I need on him, actually, instead of this Girdle of Might, an Amulet of Reinvigoration, or whatever it's called. Amulet of Resilience, that's it. I just don't have the nature income for that. I'm doing a lot of remote site searching right now. I'm casting Dark Knowledge there. I'm casting Haru Specs up here. I'm forging a Ring of Regeneration. And down here, I am building I'm upgrading this to a Citadel. Since it has the most recruitment points out of any of my fortresses. This is only a fortress, or I would upgrade that to a Citadel, but like I said, it's only a fortress. So, yeah. But this one has very good placement, so by upgrading it to a Citadel, I hope to be able to use it to churn out more mages and more troops, if and when I ever have the income for that. Right now, my income is abysmal, because of course I'm getting no money whatsoever from these provinces down here, especially because of the unrest, the massive unrest reducing everything, and because I have the enemy dominion still in this place. But I am about to go and take the Sacred Lake. We have them down to moderately damaged. We'll get these guys moving up in 2 more turns. That'll give me another 48 siege strength on top of the 63 I already have, so that'll help me crack them in jig time. And then Enceladus and Clytius will go in and kick the doors and capture the place. After which, of course, I will have to claim the Throne of Flames. I don't think I can... I can't announce a prophet. Weenie Jr. died a while back, but I don't have a prophet. Very sad. I'll probably make this guy the prophet, just because he's already down here, and have him claim the Sacred Lake. Oh, no. No, duh. Wait. Yeah, I didn't make Enceladus the prophet. I was talking about it at different times, but I didn't actually do it. So, yeah, they're fine. Them two will take the place over, and then we will declare a prophet and claim it. Losing those 2 mages was just stupid on my part. I am forging a lot of Lightless Lanterns. Lightless Lantern there, Lightless Lantern there. Up here, I've got 2 people forging Lightless Lanterns. Let's have him forge Lightless Lanterns as well. Just because I really need to pump my research. 541 just is not enough at this stage of the game. I need more, because I want to get to that sweet, sweet Alteration 7 as quickly as possible. Good death gems at the moment, though, so I need to... At some point, I'll want to start doing something with them. One thing that I actually want to do is I want to, before I send Hoplodamos into combat, I want to Twiceborn him. That will be very valuable. So these guys are just researching right now. The Gigantist is hopping over here to retake Second Forest, which he should be able to do fine. Even without the blessing, he'll be unblessed out there because that has neutral dominion, but he can cast personal regeneration on himself, and he'll have high protection and temper flesh and all that, so he'll be fine. I am going to take with him... Let's take a few crossbows down here set to fire archers to draw some attention, so that he doesn't get attacked immediately by flying vampires, which is a possibility. And vampires have Prot 25, so he'll do relatively little damage to them. Also, he has a broken helmet, which is funny because he doesn't have any helmets on. I'm not sure what's going on, but there it is, broken helmet. He's got one, apparently. In any case, so he's going to move in, retake the place from these vampires, and we'll be working on retaking Haunted Woods as well, but first, like I said, I want to Twiceborn Hoplodamos. My next Laestrygonian should be coming out this turn. I'll Twiceborn him immediately, give him gear, and launch him out into the world, and those two will spearhead the next offensive against Pangaea, which will be aimed at taking, I think, Gold Mountains. This is relatively isolated, and it's kind of up on his border now, and I think, especially if I get 2... actually, Hoplodamos, can you make it back home? You cannot. especially if I get 2 Laestrygonians spearheading an attack, I think I can capture it. Now, the issue will, of course, be shifting troops around to make that possible without drawing the attack of all these troops, especially this army. He's gathered a fairly significant army there, and so that I am going to have to deal with. Now, in terms of who's ahead in the game, I, of course, have no thrones. Atlantis has 1 throne claimed. That's this one, the Golden Throne. He has this throne and this throne well within striking distance. This throne he'd have to go to war with Utgard for. But you only need 4 thrones in order to win this game because of the way the stats are set up, because I wanted this to be like a game that didn't drag on forever. So he's got 3 within his sphere of influence. That means that he'll only really need 1 more, probably. I'm about to claim the Throne of Flames as soon as I can. That'll get me more fire gems and stuff, which is, okay, that's fine. He has 2 points. I don't know which throne the Throne of the Stars is, so he could potentially have the Throne of the Stars and another 2-pointer. That would mean he'd need 2 more thrones, but most likely he's got a 2-pointer and then either another 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. In which case, he'll only need 1 more throne. Now, the Throne of the Sun, I don't know which one it is. It's not this one, because it's cold 2 here in early winter. And in my dominion, which is heat 3, it is still heat. And the Throne of the Sun, if I recall correctly, changes... actually, it does not spread heat. Never mind. Never mind. Order +1 would be really nice, too. I might go take... I have to go to war with Ragha in order to get that throne. Oh, I'm almost tempted, though. I'm almost tempted to just bust through Bright Woods and go take Bahamut. Ooh, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Maybe, baby. Baby, maybe, yeah. I kind of have to settle accounts with Pangaea first, though. Pangaea is fighting with Man, but kind of desultorily. Erytheia is actually holding their own, very respectably. They've pushed Relay back into the water, and it looks like Atlantis is now advancing in that direction, too. Man is being besieged by... I'm sorry, Erytheia is being besieged by Man here. And Man definitely looks like the guy who, you know, the one to beat right at the moment. Man and Atlantis are in dominating positions. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. That said, I have deceptively much territory for how little income I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Like I said, deceptively much territory. A lot of it is producing almost no money for me, but it's there. Like, it's land that I own. And more importantly, it's land that can produce gems. Like here, where I've got quite a few gems coming out of this one province. 4 gems here, most of them Earth. Like, almost half of my Earth income is coming just from Embracer. And as I continue to site search, I've also got a monstrous conch there, producing half of all my nature income. Once I take this, I'll have the glowing kelp forest, which will give me more nature gems. Once I site search all of these places with Iontes and remote site searching spells, I'll probably have much, much better gem income, which is important, since I'm already working to transition away from the gold economy. Now, since fire gems are one of my widestly available resources, especially because Enceladus generates fire gems, fire summons would be really good. Unfortunately, I don't really have a whole lot of fire. Like, the highest I get is fire 2 on Cyclope Smiths, and I haven't actually randomed fire 2 yet. And my Laestrygonian Tyrants, but I don't really want Laestrygonian Tyrants standing around summoning troops, because that seems like a waste of their time. So, I'd rather avoid that if possible. By the way, look at these Doom stacks. LA Tianchi is just recruiting a lot of troops, which is pretty cool. Good on them. They're doing well. That's Tianchi itself right there. They're spamming a lot of corpse constructs as well, which is pretty cool. I would like to contact them and see if I could get a hold of some Swords of the 5 Elements. They can forge those cheaply. They're not area of effect damage, but they are still magic slashing damage, and they give reinvigoration. So they're very, very good weapons. Plus they have a high attack bonus. So I would love to have 1 or 2 of those, just to make sure that I don't accidentally go under in terms of reinvigoration. Now, once I have Soul Vortex active, that's less important, but still, it's always nice to make sure. I'm going to hit level 6 very soon, and then I'll have Soul Vortex active. In fact, I'm going to hit level 6 next turn, and then I'll have Soul Vortex active. So this guy and Hopladamus are going to be going out with some Death Gems, Soul Vortexing it up, making themselves very, very difficult for Pangaea to deal with. And that will be all kinds of fun. So, thanks for watching. That was turn 33, and I'll see you all in turn 34.